Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to pre-market update. And you can see the beauty of this chart. This is MES S&P 500 futures from sell zone to the buy zone. You can see right here in the red line, resistance line, sell zone, dump to the buy zone. And in trading, if you don't have a good chart, then you won't be ahead of other traders. And this is a beautiful, beautiful chart. You can see on Nasdaq as well, same thing here. Came to the red resistance zone, went to the buy zone. You can see it's same thing across the board. You can see Dow Jones, nice dump from red zone to the buy zone. And this is Russell as well, nice dump. Let's say Bitcoin, how Bitcoin did. You can see multiple times, same thing yesterday from red resistance zone to the buy zone, nice dumps. And you can see every day there's opportunity to make profit. This is 2.8% here. Nasdaq here, you can see red zone to the buy zone, 2.6%, for example. Every day you can make profit when market is going down and market is going up. So it's very easy to trade. And if you want to know more about this indicator, join my Discord channel. Click the join button in the description. To private members only, I share these, and for free members, I share Bitcoin for free. So there's nothing to lose. You can join, you can see how this thing works, and that would be very helpful. So let's see long-term chart, and here you go. And where we are right now, we are looking for a bounce. Okay, so we bounced from this bottom here, and we are still near red green zone. All right, so eventually there was this gap here on futures. You can see this is US 500 futures. They opened on a gap up here on this day, on Sunday to Monday. Okay, massive gap up, and they're trying to fill that gap, I think. So it's still not filled. And if I look at MES, it's same story here on MES. So you can see they're very close to filling this gap. They might want to fill this today, maybe put little down and then go higher, or they can still go. Year-end target is still here. You can see top red line. So you just be patient, buy the dips. It can still be higher low. In terms of a bigger downtrend, it's reversing the trend, so it's not going to be easy. Higher highs, higher lows, they're trying to make that, okay? And again, we're looking for this yellow and orange and red zone to go there, all right? Let's look at daily chart to see more better. What I'm trying to tell you, SPX, this is where we are in front of some resistance here, all right? And if you draw a Fibonacci, let me see if I can find the right tool. I haven't done this for a while. Uh, Here you go, fib retracement from top to bottom. You can see top to bottom we here, and now we came to this golden pocket. So around 0.5, this is where we're getting rejected. Okay, so we could come back down. So this is the perfect area, like around zero point 0.5. It got rejected a bit earlier, but that's okay. And now we have to see if it's gonna bounce, or this is it, okay, or if we're going lower. So my preferred scenario, which I think could happen from here, we're gonna go fill this gap and then keep going higher. All right, this is what I'm thinking will happen most likely, because we're very close to filling this gap, and they might want to do this right now. There's also a gap on the top here, so um, that also at minimum this gap and this gap. Also we're going and hitting all-time high, guys. That's for sure, because there's a gap here as well. So it's just a matter of patience. Are we going straight up, or are we going to go a little lower and then go higher? Or we could even come lower here. Like there's also a third scenario, which is the least likely in my opinion. Come fill this bottom gap and then go lower. That will be double bottom. So you can see, I will show you where this gap came from in case you're wondering. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see this gap up happen here on Friday 14th March. So at worst case, they might want to bring all the way down to fill this gap. So we'll see what happens and which way we go. Nasdaq, same story here. Maybe go a little lower, fill this gap, and they keep going higher. You can see PPO still green line is above red line, so nothing to worry here. Dow Jones, bigger gap here. But again, I don't know if they're going to come all the way down, but they could still keep going higher. And Russell is also very close to filling this gap, and same story everywhere. That's what I'm looking for. Bitcoin, again, holding above all moving averages, especially the main ones, which is blue, 200 moving average. So also we're going to have a crossover. So that's, let's see if that's good or bad. We will figure out. But in front of two resistance, these red and yellow lines and blue lines. So just building some consolidation. I feel like it's going to break out to new all-time high sooner than later. Ethereum also just holding, will it will do whatever Bitcoin does. BTC chart, there is a gap, just keep that in mind, gap around 84 150. So worst case, it can come fill this gap and then bounce like other indices are doing. So this could be the worst case. And best case is still keep going higher. Ethereum, there's a gap around 1600 all the way down. And there are also a couple of gaps to the top side. So wait for what Bitcoin does. Ethereum will do the same thing. Apple, again, consolidation. Again, this is in a short term could be a higher low and then making higher high. This is probably a first getting rejected near 200 moving average. So this could be first step in a longer term uptrend. So we'll see how this thing goes. Same thing with every indices. There are gaps created which they're trying to fill. Netflix is okay. Amazon, you can see same thing. Gaps are created in most of the indices. We'll see how they what they want to do. NVDA is pretty weak, but again, they're trying to fill this gap, so they might want to fill this gap at 111 and then gonna go higher. AVGO now close below 200 moving average. There are a couple of gaps here, so they might want to fill that gap and then bounce, but eventually there are two gaps to the top. They will fill those gaps at some point, so keep that in mind. In terms of Toronto Stock Exchange, again, just backtesting the breakout. Hang Seng Index by the dip. Again, keep that in mind. 23,000 is on the card. Could be coming down, fill that and go higher. Bond market is holding nicely here. Um, Holding above this red line. Let's see if it can hold. In terms of gaps, there are a couple of gaps around 88.62 and 88.27 on TLT. So we'll see if that gonna be filled. Crude oil just consolidating, getting a 7 count sell signal in front of 50 moving average. Let's see if it's going to consolidate and go lower. Natural gas, again, just slowly going down, but still holding slightly this support. So they could start to rally sooner than later. Gold, very, very explosive moves, very strong in front of 10 moving average and just keep going higher. No weakness there. Silver is following. Copper should follow soon. Wheat again, if it come back to green box, look to buy. Sorry, sugar. Wheat is again near this trend line, so this is usually idle area to buy. Could go a little lower than bounce. Corn also near 200 moving average. Dollar got rejected in this resistance area. I won't say rejected, just holding here. So this is the real test if they're gonna keep going higher or crush dollar. We don't know. Tesla after tariff, nothing happened actually. Pre-market it's up. It's very interesting. There is a gap, just keep that in mind. 250, they might want to fill this gap and then go high, or they're going to keep going high, who knows. AMD also backtesting this breakout. Again, there's a gap around 107. Actually, they're filling that gap right now. It's down pre-market. I think someone cut the price target, downgraded. So let's see. And that's about it. And CNQ, nice breakout, guys. Just near 200 moving average. Just maybe could consolidate here for a bit, and then eventually gonna break out. So it's a nice trade here, and with a couple of dividends, it's looking nice. Everything is looking nice on this. Oil stocks are holding very nicely. You can see oil sector is very nice here. And lastly, VIX again had a 7 counts, 9 counts buy signal, so it's going higher. That's why we had a downtrend. But if this thing fails, it could crush here. I do believe that we could fill this gap and then go higher, and that's about it. We'll see how the market plays out today. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hit the like button on your way out. Only takes 1 second to hit the thumbs up button. I will appreciate that, and share this channel with friends and family. Okay, bye.